Hello and welcome to the tutorial on the People tab in EpiTrax, the state of Nevada's electronic disease surveillance system. This training is being provided by the State of Nevada Office of State Epidemiology.
The Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health's mission is to protect, promote, and improve the physical and behavioral health and safety of all people in Nevada, equitably and regardless of circumstances, so they can live their safest, longest, healthiest, and happiest life. Our vision is a Nevada where preventable health and safety issues no longer impact the opportunity for all people to live life in the best possible health. The purpose of this division is to make everyone's life healthier, happier, longer, and safer. The main goal of the Office of State Epidemiology is to prevent and respond to a variety of public health issues through disease surveillance, standardized data collection, meaningful interpretation, statewide standards, and centralized guidance in order to improve health outcomes for our communities.
The main objectives for this video are for you to learn when you may want to use the People tab.
The People tab allows you to search for a person and see profile level information. A person may have several CMRs or events, and the person file will display certain details of all of the CMRs you have permissions to view. You may want to look in People if someone has had multiple reinfections of a condition and you need to see when the other infections took place. You may also have a demographic change that would be helpful to update in the person record. When you edit certain fields in a CMR, the changes will also be reflected in the person file, and vice versa. These are fields that are applicable to a person overall, like address, date of death, and vaccine history. The People tab does not include very specific disease information. That is better suited in the investigation form of a particular condition. Let's go into the People tab. You will enter information for someone of interest. Remember that it is best practice to search with at least 2 pieces of information, and to try to search a few different ways if your initial search is unsuccessful. Once you click search, a list of possible matches will display, and you can determine from the star rating and by comparing the known information which is the best result. Let's go into the People tab. You will enter information for someone of interest. Remember that it is best practice to search with at least 2 pieces of information, and to try to search a few different ways if your initial search is unsuccessful. Once you click search, a list of possible matches will display, and you can determine from the star rating and by comparing the known information which is the best result. Once you find the person you are looking for, you will click on the row and 3 accordion tabs underneath their name will populate. The first is demographics. This will show you basic demographic information like name, date of birth, and then all addresses, emails, and phone numbers that have been entered into the person's various CMRs. The Events drop-down will display all CMRs associated with the person. The CMRs are color-coded like they are elsewhere in EpiTrax to indicate which part of the workflow they are currently in. Clicking the Options button on the right side of the event row will allow you to select to edit or view either the event or the person. The Events drop-down will display all CMRs associated with the person. The CMRs are color-coded like they are elsewhere in EpiTrax to indicate which part of the workflow they are currently in. Clicking the Options button on the right side of the event row will allow you to select to edit or view either the event or the person. The Labs dropdown will display all lab information from CMRs associated with the case. If you have found the person you are searching for but do not see the event of interest under the Event Accordion tab, you can select Plus CMR. You will see a screen with the person's already registered CMRs. Please review these again to ensure that you are not creating a duplicate CMR. You will be asked to enter the reported data, disease, and investigating agency. Click Save and Continue to create the CMR. Certain information entered into this CMR will also be added to the person's people record. From the search results page, you can click Edit Person. Once you are in a person file, you will see the following tabs: Demographic, Events, Clinical, Laboratory, Travel, and Occupation. The Demographics tab is much like the display we saw when we clicked on the accordion tab for demographic as we first searched for this person. We see basic demographic information like name, date of birth, and then addresses, emails, and phone numbers that have been entered into the CMR. You can add, delete, or edit any of this information. The Events tab here is also very similar to the previous Events accordion display. CMRs will appear here color-coded based on their investigation status. You have the same Options menu to the right and can add a CMR with the plus Create CMR button if needed. The Clinical tab will show information about facilities visited, pregnancies, treatments, and vaccines. Note that you cannot edit this information, but you can click Show Vaccine Data and see if a relevant profile is or can be connected to this person. You will not be able to add or view vaccines here. The laboratory will show you lab results from various CMRs. This information is also not editable here, but you can change this information by returning to the corresponding CMR and editing it there. Travel will have information on travel dates, location, and details from CMRs where travel history might be an important factor in disease exposure. You can add travel by clicking the plus travel button. Note that when you add travel here, it will not have an associated CMR. You can also edit any travel information associated with the specific CMR within that CMR. The Occupation tab will have information on occupation title and industry. The information can be manually input. You can add occupation by clicking the plus occupation button, entering the field manually, and searching for occupation and industry standardization. Note that any occupation info you enter here will not be associated with a CMR. Any questions that you may have, please contact the Office of State Epidemiology Informatics team. Informatics at health.nv.gov is where this team can be reached. The acronyms used in this video are CMR, Confidential Morbidity Report, ECR, Electronic Case Reporting, ELR, Electronic Lab Reporting, LHD, Local Health Department, and UAT, User Acceptance Testing. Watching. Visit the EpiTrax user site for more resources and walkthrough videos on other topics.